Good morning, party people. Yesterday was a decent day. Got the headliner material on the headliner backing, which was good. I have a few things to do today. I tried to repair my sunroof. That was probably the only thing broken on my car other than this other stuff that I'm tinkering with. The sunroof was not opening and closing. It would tilt, but not open and close. Found some chunks of plastic busted down on the driver's side track. That thing can't be fixed, so I'm gonna have to replace it. I have one in Cincinnati, but not here. My headliner's down, so I'm probably gonna bite the bullet and run out to the junkyard today. Probably buy one for $50 or $25 and be done with it. That way I don't have to tear all that stuff out to fix it later. I don't use a sunroof. I don't particularly like sunroofs being open. The dirt that comes in, the sun rays, stuff like that. But I do like being able to pull the shade back and let the light through with the shade. Kind of different than having a hole in the top, having that glass in the top. So I really don't need to fix it, but I just going to fix it because it's exposed the way it is. So going to do that. I do plan to go to Carlisle this year for that Import Performance car show. It should not be a COVID party with so many people being vaccinated. Hopefully we'll be a little bit closer to herd immunity, even though this COVID thing, man, is still 700 people a day supposedly dying from this stuff. So, it is still a thing. So, I do plan on being there. That's in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I think it is May 14th and May 15th. It's an overnight deal. Dan the Man was supposed to be there. However, he's got some good news with some family event recognition with his son. So, they're not going to make it. Yesterday he posted that he had tickets that he was willing to sell for half price or maybe even donate to somebody that wants to go. So if you want to go to that Carlisle event and you do not have tickets, contact Dan the Man on his site, Handy Dan, or contact me and I'll get into contact with him, get you guys connected if you want those tickets. So going to be a beautiful day today here in Albuquerque. Sunny, not so windy in the morning, getting a windy in the afternoon. Just gotta get what I can done. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Sad to say, my title's a little bit misleading, a little bit of clickbait, but there is no quick fix to getting that foam right. That stuff has to be removed and replaced. And I strongly suggest that you do it, because the stuff is actually a little dangerous. It floats through the material and gets into your car's atmosphere. You could be breathing it, and the stuff could get in your eyes and stuff like that. Listen a little bit more about what I just experienced with it. I have one of those headliners pulled out of the car, and this one was sagging all the way across. Now, one thing you need to know is this material that you see here has this foam on the back of it. So this material comes with the foam on it. The problem is, over time, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, this foam begins to break down. As you can see there, it's really crummy. I could roll it up with my fingers. Then it loses bond to this fabric on top. Now, one thing that you need to understand is once this fabric starts pulling away from that foam, this foam actually is a dust that you could sometimes see come through this headliner material. If this foam is floating around in your car, you're actually breathing the stuff. When I pulled this one out of my car, the wind was blowing. The wind blew some of the dust into my face. It got into my eye. It actually scratched my eye. 2 days later, I was in the ER because this foam had got into my face and into my eye. So, I say all that to say this. There is no quick fix. Some people put thumbtacks in there, but it is not possible to glue this stuff back together. It has to be replaced. And I highly suggest that you deal with it and get it replaced, because one, you don't want to be breathing this stuff. Two, you don't want this stuff to get in your eye. So, to avoid breathing it, you and whoever else drives in your car, and to avoid getting this stuff in your eye, get you a video, learn how to take it out, learn how to repair it, or take it somewhere and pay to get it fixed. There is no quick fix. Here I am, party people, with the headliner out of Panther. This stuff was coming apart everywhere. Look how easy it is for this material to come off of there. Let me pull this material off of here, brush this foam off of here, and get my new material ready to go on. So I use a brush and scrub this thing until I get all of the foam off of it. And under the foam is fiberglass. So you don't want to get that in your eyes as well. So let me keep brushing it. I got about half of it done now. I got all the foam off the board. Worse than a workout at the gym. But it wasn't too bad. Just have to brush both ways. Try to protect your eyes. Then you can see a little bit of this stuff is kind of glistening on my skin, so I don't know if it is pulling a little bit of that fiberglass off as well. So I'm gonna go rinse my face off after I brush the rest of this loose stuff off, and then wash my face and arms, and then grab the material and go down and glue it on. You need a lot of razor blades. Get you at least 25 of them. Looks like I got all the material off of the backing of the board, the foam. 3 or 4 times got some of this stuff in my eye. Whatever you do, try to brush it off away from you. If you have a little bit of a breeze, be upwind, and if you get any of it in your eye, don't rub it. Just blink your eye, pull on your eyelids, whatever you do, don't rub it, because this stuff could mess you up. Like I said, I had to go to the ER because I damaged my eye, rubbing my eye when I got some of this foam in there a few days ago. So, when you got it all brushed off, all cleaned up, time to put the material on there. You may want to get some help, but let me go ahead and show you how to do it from here. Well, I'll be a sucker. I ordered gray material and they sent me tan material. These son of a guns. Now I gotta go reorder this stuff. These no good dogs. That's how long ago they sent that to me. Almost 6 months. As you can see here, here's the cloth material that you normally see. It has foam attached to it. And this foam is what deteriorates over the years and causes this headliner material to fall down. I could put this up because I'd have another headboard, but I am not going to do that. I'm going to get the material that I ordered. This is all cleaned off, brushed off, has no dust on it. This is headliner adhesive. It is a contact glue. It dries and cures in 60 minutes. You spray some on here, you spray some on the foam padding here, you give it a few minutes and you touch them together. Once you touch them together, it's a permanent bond. You can't reposition this stuff. Because this thing is so big, I normally get 1 or 2 people to help me do it. because I didn't know it was possible to do by yourself. Because once you spray the thing and then spray the back of your material and lay it down on there, it sticks, you're done. So that kind of makes you want to get some help, people holding up the four corners while you press it down and work it out around here. Now these Volvo 850s, they have these crevices in here where you see these dips. You got to be extra careful as you come out that you have enough material to get in that dip before you touch on this edge, or you'll have a pocket there and you'll be trying to stretch the material down in there. Stretching that material down in there doesn't work very well. So you got a long pocket here, you got a pocket here, and some on the other side. Then you got this area up across the front, that's a ridge. Got to be real careful when you're doing that because you don't want to have air pockets. But anyway, so I watched a guy on YouTube doing headliners by himself, and he has a way that he lays the material out. He folds it over section, sprays the section of the padding, then he lays that out, then he folds it back this way, sprays another section, lays that out, and then if he has one this long, I guess he does that last piece. But it'd be hard to do with one as big as this, but it can be done. So I was going to do it myself, but I got this wrong color material, so I need to get the right color material before I proceed. As you can see, I cut a little piece of that, getting the wrapper off. I really can't believe they did me like that. Sent me the another day, another delay under the shade tree. Man, lesson learned. Whenever you order something from Amazon or anywhere else, if it's wrapped up where you can't see it, unwrap it and take a peek. Time to touch up these rashed up wheels. I'm not going to smooth them out, but I am going to touch up that color where it's been scraped off. Got the wheel stuff here and a foam brush. So I'm going to spray this foam brush until it's wet, and then I'm going to dab around on this wheel to touch it up. I'm going to do all 4, make that all 8. Got my wheels touched up. Man, they're great 5-footers, maybe 8-footers, a couple of them, but hey, they look a lot better than they did. All those curb brushes I had on them, now they just look like a mediocre finish instead of looking all beat up. All the way around, got them touched up. Got a little bit on that tire. I think I got some on this tire too. I might have to try to clean that off with a scrubbing pad. Get that off that rubber. Then I painted the bottom of the front of this bumper on Panther with some enamel gloss because it was looking really rough. Heck, that looks better than the eyebrows now. Then I went over here away from everybody's car. It's kind of away from people's car there. I was spraying the tip of a foam brush to touch up those wheels, and I was dabbing the wheels. But I took these, I don't know if you remember, I had these soaking in the shop, soaking in that rust inhibitor solution to clean the rust off of them. But these are some big brake calipers, brackets for Queen Bee. That way I can switch to 302 rotors, maybe get a better braking on Queen Bee. It's sad compared to Panther. Then I painted that rear IPD anti-sway bar. I primed it with some gray primer at first. You can see a little gray primer. And then I painted the bars. I'll show you the paint I used to paint the bars. Dan recommended that I paint them with a brush, a foam brush, but I couldn't find the kind of paint he wanted me to paint them with. So I found that kind of paint in a can. So these are drying. I don't think I'm gonna put any more coats on them. I got 2 or 3 light coats on them. That should be good. So let me go over here and show you what I'm doing now. In the meantime, man, I'm looking down the skin of Panther. I see all them little door dings from over the years, people banging into my car with stuff. High mileage car, baby. But I got this rear latch from the salvage yard. I hope it's in better shape than mine. It's even got the child lock on it. Child lock, you can reach that from in there. That way if children are in your jump seat, they can't get out of the vehicle using the latch. But anyway, I took the handle off. I'm getting ready to take the latch off. I sprung it loose, got to pull it out. Got to see it goes under this deal here for the lock. Then I'm going to unplug it, unbolt it, put the other one in. And hopefully I won't have this intermittent locking thing that I have now. I think this solenoid, it has micro switches in it. I think that's going bad, or it's been going bad, but we'll see. It's heavily used, you know. You use stuff and it don't take much to fix this stuff, you know. You just gotta fix them little things and keep the car in good shape. Of course, I was trying to do the headliner and I bought the wrong headliner material. Actually, I bought the right headliner material. They shipped me the wrong color. So I bought that stuff in November, so my 30 days return from Amazon has expired. So I don't know if they're going to do me good on that or not. I paid $54 for 3 yards of the stuff, so I went to a local upholstery shop and bought some of the color I want, which is probably this color here. And they said I'll have it tomorrow morning, but it cost me $72. So now I spent $125 on headliner material instead of $60. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'm not going to put my headliner material in there that I don't want. So let me go ahead and finish doing this latch, then see what else I could get into. Maybe work on the exhaust. And I got to take Queen Bee back to the car wash because I forgot to wash out the belly pan. The belly pan, the air guide rather, that goes under the front of the engine with those 2 10mm screws was full of oil and gunk, probably from the bad turbo blowing oil out of the intercooler in that thing. And I wanted to get that cleaned out so I could reinstall that. So let me go ahead and finish this latch and go from there. Changing this latch. We got this latch jigsaw hooked back up. This pin in here goes across here and is in the locking mechanism. This one here comes down through here, across that, and into that top hole there, and my inner latch will poke in through that bottom hole there. Make sure this is pushed all the way up into that plastic, locked into place, and you re-hook this hook on there to get it in that locking mechanism properly. I could see where my handle release mechanism was rubbing on my locking mechanism, so I pushed my locking mechanism up to give me about a 1/4 inch clearance in that thing, maybe 1/8 of an inch, so they don't rub each other. They shouldn't be rubbing each other. Your handle mechanism is a little special. You see how this piece here slides in between the metal, and this slides on the bottom and that slides on the bottom. So get that in right, get that lower pin in there, and then put those 2 10mm on there. In this video, I'm going to show you how this child lock works for this rear latch. That's the child lock there. Child lock is on when it's slid this way. Child lock is off when it's slid to the passenger side. Now what that means is, if the child lock is on, you can only open this hatch from the outside. You will not be able to open it from the inside. So if I throw this latch, The latch is now closed. The child lock is off. When I do this handle, that latch should open. And as you see, the latch did open. Now, I'm going to throw the latch again, simulating that the rear hatch back door is closed. I'm going to put the child lock on. Now, when I move this handle, that latch will not open. And when I switch the child lock back off, it will open. Alright, now I'm going to simulate it closed again. Put the child lock on. And when I do this latch here, that latch will open when I open it from the outside. There you have it. When the child lock is on, it disables this handle from opening the rear hatch door. I'm glad I got two of these. It appears that the one in Queen B is also broken, so I need to replace the one in the door of Panther and the one in the door of Queen B. Let me show you how that works. Here the window is down in Queen B. When I open and close the door, you'll hear how noisy it is, because the window rattles in the door because this lower track is busted. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm gonna do it again. Hear it rattle. So we go over to the passenger side, and I believe this one is working properly. When I close the door, it won't be as noisy. See, it's just a thump. So if you hear rattling when your window's down, you need to do those lower window tracks. I'm not sure if they're still available on websites for sale. I'll go ahead and check and post a link in the description area if they are available to purchase new. I closed the rear hatch. The first click of the remote, it locked. It locked the back door. And my alarm is on. So that's a good sign. Done for the day. I open and close the vehicle about 7 or 8 times with the remote, and that rear hatch is working every time now. The alarm is setting every time now. The remote's working every time now. So I believe replacing that rear latch was a good thing. That's it for today. Calling it a night. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.